Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
Sister Wives, will Aurora Brown's baptism spark a religious revival for the Brown family? Kody Brown was there for Aurora. During a recent episode of Sister Wives Season 19, Kody Brown helped baptize Aurora Brown, which may have sparked a religious revival for the Brown family. 22-year-old Aurora is one of Robyn Brown's children from her first marriage. Robyn, 45, is Kody Brown's fourth wife. She and her 3 children joined the family in 2010. Robyn and Kody would go on to have 2 children of their own. When all was said and done, Kody had 4 wives and 18 children. 3 of his 4 wives had left him by the time the 19th season of Sister Wives aired. He found himself in a monogamous marriage with Robyn, raising their 5 children together. Among their children is Aurora, who recently decided to join a local church. She asked Kody to help baptize her, and he agreed. The baptism may have inspired Kody to turn back to religion. Kody adopted Robyn's children. Robyn had 3 children from her previous marriage, all of whom were under the age of 10 when she wed Kody in 2010. In 2014, Kody divorced Mary Brown, his first wife, so he could legally marry Robyn and adopt her children. Eventually, Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna changed their last names to Brown from Jessup. Though they were embraced by their new family, Robyn's kids didn't have the same experience with the Browns as their other siblings. The kids appear to have no relationship with their biological father. Kody baptized Aurora at her new church. Aurora asked Kody to baptize her in a recent Sister Wives Season 19 episode, announcing that she wanted to be baptized at her new church. After the event, the family went to dinner and discussed religion. Though the Browns are Mormon, they've seemed to grow less religious over the years. They used to pray more often during earlier seasons but have embraced secularism over time. It's possible Aurora's baptism got Kody thinking about his spirituality. Where does Kody stand with the rest of his children? When Sister Wives Season 19 premiered, Kody was living with Robyn and their 5 children, which they referred to as their core family. He doesn't have much of a relationship with most of his other children, especially his older children. Michael T. Brown, who is 28 years old, is the only adult child who still has a relationship with her father. Unlike her other siblings, Michael T. was welcoming to Robyn when she joined the family. Michael T. continues to be one of the few bridges between Kody and the rest of his children. Sister Wives, Kody rants, in a new video, does he cause his kids more harm? Kody Brown still requires advice from Sister Wives by now. You would think that the Sister Wives fans would realize Kody Brown is not doing well in the fathering department. This guy is estranged from many of his kids today. But despite his parenting tactics seen on the screen causing outrage, there are still some Sister Wives fans who write to him for fathering advice. Additionally, what they receive from the father of 18 will frequently raise eyebrows. Another instance in which Kody uses the same word. The patriarch of Sister Wives released yet another parenting advice video. It leaves fans not only confused as to why someone would request this from Kody but also outraged over what he said. In a recent parenting advice video, Kody saturated his advice with respect. He offered how to demand respect from your kids, which left a daunting look on the faces of the fans. But the latest video tops that one. The subject of Kody's most recent video that sparked online discussion is parenting. But this time, the words he repeats come from the word accountability, not respect. He asserts, make your children account for this or that. Teach them to be accountable, and so on. The public is reassured by the father of Sister Wives that accountability is what you want in a parent. Considering the fans haven't seen Kody be accountable for what went wrong with his plural marriage, his advice becomes hard to swallow. His strategy, Sister Wives, protecting your children, infuriated fans. As a result, Kody went on and on about holding your children accountable for their actions, homework, and other chores. But it was what he said about keeping your kids protected that triggered the howling from fans. Another piece of advice from Kody was to shield your children from the many perils that the vast universe might present to them. However, according to Kody Brown, older half-siblings are one threat they need to avoid. Kody advised you to shield your children from the pecking order of the older children, particularly when it comes to children from different marriages. So, Sister Wives fans assume he is talking about protecting Robyn's kids from their older half-siblings. Stirring the pot? As much as we've heard Kody's kids weigh in on the plural marriage demise, their take on Robyn, and what it has done to their mothers, they've never said a mean word about Robyn's kids. In point of fact, a lot of them claim to miss seeing them. So, why Kody came up with this little piece of parenting advice is confusing. In recent episodes, Kody has referred to Robyn's kids as his kids and his other children as his other wives' kids. Therefore, viewers of Sister Wives see Kody, probably without even realizing it, tearing a deeper and wider gap between him and his children. While he mentioned no names, to the fans it sounded as if Kody alluded to his older children from his other wives possibly picking on Robyn's kids. And it's possible that he got this advice from here. As a result, once they learn about this new video, Sister Wives fans may conclude that Kody's most recent parenting advice may have backfired on his older children. Meri Brown's fear of Kody's wrath on Sister Wives Season 19 shows that her confused loyalty to him after the divorce wasn't just an act. Meri Brown, star of Sister Wives, has been speaking out more about how she feels about her relationship with her ex-husband Kody Brown, especially now that they have stopped talking about Coyote Pass. Throughout Sister Wives Season 19, viewers struggled to comprehend Meri's bizarre behavior. After spending the majority of Sister Wives Season 18 working through her feelings enough to decide to spiritually divorce from Kody after over 30 years of marriage, she spent a lot of the current season seemingly completely loyal to the patriarch of the Brown family. Meri's apparent switch-up has been somewhat concerning. Although Meri, who was married to Brown family patriarch Kody alongside her sister wives Janelle Brown, Christine Brown, and Robyn Brown, has been clear that she's not interested in reigniting her romantic relationship with Kody, it's been odd to see her feel comfortable with him considering how poorly he treated her in their marriage. Meri seemed to gain more of an understanding of just how one-sided her marriage to Kody became by the end of their time together. Meri has chosen her battles regarding her loyalty in Sister Wives Season 19, but there may finally be a reason for this. Meri stated that the ire of Kody worries her. Meri and Janelle will spend the second half of the season thoroughly researching their parcels of land on the compound, despite the fact that Sister Wives has discussed Coyote Pass more frequently in recent episodes. Meri has been having a harder time with the sale, whereas Janelle appears to be relatively calm despite having revealed in previous seasons that she is experiencing some financial difficulties related to the land. Dealing with Kody appears to be one of the toughest things for Meri, especially when she understands how difficult he can be. Meri has been open about the fact that she is most afraid of Kody as she has worked through the difficult task of ensuring that she will be able to sell her piece of Coyote Pass land and recoup some of the money she spent on it. Meri made it clear in a preview clip that Kody is someone she believes could bring her down, stating that her ex-husband's wrath is terrifying to her. Meri is still concerned about the information Kody might have on her, despite the fact that Sister Wives frequently highlights Kody's most obvious flaws. Janelle provided Meri with reassurance. Although Meri has her own fears of Kody coming for her or releasing personal information about her into the press, Janelle made it clear that she wasn't going to let Meri deal with their ex-husband on her own. Even though their relationship hasn't always been great and appears to be getting worse now that there is no plural marriage between them, Janelle and Meri have always made it abundantly clear that they are on the same side when it comes to Kody's difficult personality. As Janelle reassured Meri about Coyote Pass and the progress of the sale, it was clear that Meri felt supported. Meri's act of loyalty now makes more sense. Even though Sister Wives viewers who had previously seen Meri lash out at Kody were confused by her behavior earlier in the season, it is now clear that Meri was probably trying to maintain a solid foundation with Kody in case anything went wrong for the former couple. Although it was difficult for Sister Wives viewers to comprehend Meri's decision to remain faithful to Kody, it makes sense that she was doing so out of self-preservation. After Sister Wives, we can only hope that Meri's future does not necessitate her oath of allegiance to a man she dreads. The Brown family has experienced countless shifts since Sister Wives first premiered in 2010. From moving across states to navigating 4 marriages and raising 18 children, the family's journey has been filled with hope, heartbreak, and transformation. However, One of the most significant and often overlooked aspects of the Brown family saga is their connection to their faith, or rather, the gradual erosion of it over time. With Aurora Brown's baptism, there may be a surprising twist. Could this personal decision reignite the Browns' religious spirit? And is Kody Brown, now a man who has lost most of his wives but clung tightly to Robyn and their shared children, starting to turn back to religion? In Sister Wives Season 19, Aurora Brown, Robyn's 22-year-old daughter, asked Kody to perform a deeply personal and meaningful role in her baptism at her new church. Kody's acceptance, and his clear emotion during the event, raises an important question. Will this moment mark the beginning of a religious revival for the fractured Brown family? Let's dig into why Aurora's baptism matters so much, how Kody's relationship with faith has changed over time, and why this event might signal a deeper shift not just for Kody, but potentially for the entire Brown clan. Aurora Brown's baptism, a rare moment of spiritual joy. Aurora Brown's decision to seek baptism in a Christian church outside of the Apostolic United Brethren, AUB, the fundamentalist Mormon group the Browns once strongly adhered to, was a surprising move. Raised in a family that proudly lived polygamy as a religious principle, Aurora grew up watching her mother Robyn join a plural marriage. She witnessed faith woven into the daily life of the Brown family. Yet, over time, religious practices in the Brown household waned. Prayers became less frequent, church attendance dropped, and references to God and faith became more symbolic than sincere. In a family interview several seasons ago, Kody even admitted he felt disconnected from his faith, blaming the constant judgment from outsiders and the internal battles within the family. Aurora's baptism cuts through all that drift and secularism. It is a return, albeit to a different tradition, to faith, commitment, and spiritual purpose. She didn't just get baptized by a pastor or priest, she specifically asked her adoptive father, Kody, to take part. It was a sign that, despite all the turmoil, Aurora saw Kody as a spiritual authority figure in her life. The baptism wasn't just a religious ceremony, it was a rare unifying moment. In that simple, emotional act, Kody wasn't just her father, he was her guide, her supporter, her priest. That might be exactly what Kody has been craving since the slow collapse of his plural marriage empire, a sense of purpose and belonging. Kody Brown's spiritual journey, from zealot to skeptic, and now, full circle? At the beginning of Sister Wives, Kody Brown was open and proud about his religious convictions. He spoke of his faith as the reason for choosing plural marriage. For him, polygamy was a commandment from God, a way to achieve eternal exaltation alongside his wives and children. The early seasons showed the family praying together before meals, attending church functions, and speaking openly about their beliefs. Kody often led the family in prayer and encouraged spiritual conversations among his wives and children. Their faith was central, a foundation that justified their controversial lifestyle. However, as the years passed, cracks began to show. Court battles, public scrutiny, financial pressures, and growing dissatisfaction among the wives, especially Christine and Janelle, chipped away at their united front. Faith seemed less and less able to hold the Browns together. Kody himself began to seem cynical, not just about marriage, but about religion too. His faith appeared to have crumbled under the weight of so much personal failure and public humiliation. He confessed on camera that he no longer felt the same spiritual conviction that had once driven him. The idea of faith became intertwined with betrayal, loss, and regret. But Aurora's baptism might have stirred something deep within him, the memory of a time when faith felt pure and fulfilling. By participating in her baptism, Kody may have found a sliver of the spiritual identity he lost over the years. Could this mark a turning point? How Robyn Brown might shape this religious revival. It's impossible to talk about any major emotional or spiritual shift in Kody's life without talking about Robyn Brown. Now Kody's only wife, Robyn has always been one of the more traditionally religious members of the Brown family. Her courtship with Kody was steeped in religious ideals. Her desire to have her children adopted by Kody was partially driven by her hope for spiritual unity within her family. Throughout Sister Wives, Robyn often appeared more committed to faith than the others, sometimes using religious reasoning to explain her decisions or justify her actions. Even as the family fractured, Robyn clung to the idea of their spiritual mission, though increasingly, she seemed alone in doing so. Now, with Aurora seeking baptism and Robyn standing proudly beside her, it's clear that Robyn's quiet influence on her children's spiritual